Come on, hey, I say we getting out of money, and the cars and clothes. That's all on my niggas. We crash out, blowing truck on 24. That's how all my niggas roll. Money, and the cars and clothes. That's all on my niggas. Blowing truck on 24. That's how all my niggas roll. In a truck top Chevy with the roof wide open. My partner's looking at me to see if my eyes open. Cause I've been drinking and I've been smoking and flying down 285, but I'm focused. 454 SS, I race potions. White leather seats as fresh as alpha. I say I'm doing about 100, but the track's still bumping. Number 8 on NWA, straight out Compton. Pull up in your apartment, sitting on 20 songs at the dope boys. Hollywood's had a kid running in the clique, start dabbing, and the broad start choosing. And the cars get parked, but the real don't keep moving. Sign pictures by onion, the good, and throw the deuces. I ain't Hollywood, I come from the hood, I'm used to it. If your rear view shaking and the seats vibrating, 24-inch J, got the Chevrolet scale making money, and the cars and clothes. That's all on my niggas know. Blowing trouble on 24. That's how all my niggas roll. Money, and the cars and clothes. That's all on my niggas know. Blowing trouble on 24. That's how all my niggas roll. Me and I'm satisfied. I get the rest. I'm the ace civilian in the tightest ride. I want the bed. I refuse to get a 9 to 5. I'd rather flip my keys and pay my dues up since 89. Try to get my cheese diamond clean when I'm on the scene. They know it's me. Ain't no dream or no fantasy. It's TIP. Broad bucket like a baby do a bink. If I carry BBS's on my motherfucking pinky. Half a hill of sea and Belvedere's what we drinking. Pimp for a sip of broad. What the hell you niggas think? Your niggas spending weekends on the island in the falling. 24 be shining when I'm riding cause I'm falling. I'm calling out shots like a pool show. My two sparks in the dark when I fool more. Y'all fool hearts in the wrong place, the wrong time. I got a strong mind to grab my chrome 9 and shoot your ass for a long time. I'ma get that ass hauled off. Fuck around with the clip, they be looking for you dick with a stick, nigga, y'all saw. So y'all long, I'ma ball out at all costs. Spit game to a dame, look around and stay till she falls off. That's a balls off, I got the money, and the cars and clothes. That's all my niggas know. Blowing trouble on 24. That's how all my niggas roll. Money, and the cars and clothes. That's all my niggas know. Blowing trouble on 24. That's how all my niggas roll. Hey, I ain't lost a little shout, I'm relaxing right now. I'll probably still be trapping if I wasn't rapping right now. Bragging about pistols at the house and I'm strapped right now. Keep on talking, go my lady on your back right now. Want to act right now, get smacked right now. I'm a buckle motherfucker, I don't know the bad down. Clown down here, making fun. Talking about what you're making nothing. I'm 21 and 10 years deep, that shit to me ain't nothing. Afraid by the niggas getting head from the J. Your lead wanna spray, in the dead from the K. Stay ready for the raid, pay heavy from the yeah. I told my class, kiss my ass, I make 11 every day. I'm getting money, and the cars and clothes. That's all my niggas know. Blowing trouble on 24. That's how all my niggas roll. Money, and the cars and clothes. That's all my niggas know. Blowing trouble on 24. That's how all my niggas roll. Money, and the cars and clothes. That's all my niggas know. Blowing trouble on 24. That's how I know. That's all my niggas know.
like the phoenix aroused from the ashes. That a boy would be born unto a family in the slums. This boy would go on to use it to become king.
I'm working you to get acquainted with the youngest in charge. Respected from east to west like he was running the mall. Dictate, they taking orders from no one but God. I know you niggas is broke cause I know what you charge. You niggas wishing for a fountain. Miss one in my garage. It's black as Ligari, right next to a black Ferrari. You niggas ain't getting money off the rapping, I'm sorry. Fuck the rent, I went spend 60 large on the hard. It's where you stay 10,000 square feet, not hardly. Now you see that we ain't able to compete, now are we? Hey, pardon me, I'm giving you the west side story of the A where I stay. Niggas stay down for me. Wanna play? Hack your gay niggas lay down for me. And get an order for killers to spray rounds for me. Competition you ain't considered. You rapping your boy, and you rapping the A-hard. It must have say more importantly, the king back. Hey, 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 nigga, the king back. Nigga, the king back. They tell you niggas what? The king back. Nigga, the king back. Hey, show you see that? What happened, my nigga? Nigga, the king back. Alright, let's tell these niggas, hey. Hey man, y'all niggas got me way too fucked up, you understand that? What you need to do here, homeboy, you need to go back and grab, I'm serious, you know? You need to get familiar with dope boys to see where all these niggas got their style right now, see where that trap shit came from. Then you need to graduate the motherfucking in the streets, volume 1 through 3. Then you need to go to trap music. I got locked up for a second. Then grab urban legend, and now to bring you up to speed. Nigga. Who knew you could fit on your wrist a whole pound of diamonds? I'm number one on the list while your clowns are climbing, wishing to be in positions that you found that I'm in. Since you niggas do what I say, I'm more renowned as Simon. If Jay Hannah Clay ain't around the time, I deliver a bad day with 4 5s aspiring. Kettles by police and the 5 and sirens. Ambulances ain't gonna stand a chance of reviving. DOA to me, you be deceased upon them arriving. Paramedic, yeah, clear, and your flatline silent. You ain't ready for out here, cause the lifestyle violent. Thank you years, you must be living on fantasy island. Make us mad, get your ass wiped out like Thailand. Hit the phone like I went up and drank 3 while you're filing. Say you wanted for me to go to war with the finest. Need you be reminded, want it with your highness. For the king back, hey, 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 nigga, the king back. Nigga, the king back. They tell you niggas what? The king back. Nigga, the king back. Hey, show you see that? What happened, my nigga? Nigga, the king back. Alright, let's tell these niggas, hey. Hey, man, look, I know y'all niggas in trap every day still, man. I know y'all niggas don't see nothing but the project never bricks. But listen, make no motherfucking mistake, man. I still will suit up my motherfucking self. AK and 45, nigga, on side, nigga. And come see about niggas, you understand? But I don't want to do that because I respect that shit y'all doing. I started that shit. I made that shit cool. I made these niggas want to be you, nigga. Nigga, respect this shit.
All right. Let me come back over here. Welcome. Hope you all are having a good day. Hope you all had a good weekend, good week, all that good stuff, man. You know how we do here, man. Breaking down the latest, greatest from the world of sports, and of course, anything else that kind of comes across my desk. Hope you are all doing well. Listen, man, goddamn StreamYard. Yeah. StreamYard, goddamn killing me, man. Those that know. All these goddamn new features, y'all can't never get nothing looking right. Anyway, like I said, man, we're gonna get into it, man. We'll see how the show kind of go. Give shouts out to those who have made themselves known. Those of you who are watching out in clouds, you know what they say on the YouTube, like, share, and subscribe. Yeah, all that good stuff. GMO first, as always. Beautiful. How you doing? You here early. Miss Merv, how you doing, Miss Lady? Before we kind of get the show started, and I said I was going to do this when the time. Listen, I am, and this has nothing to do with sports, y'all. Of course. Let me take a moment to give flowers where flowers are due. And too often we don't. I could have saved this for the pulpit, but I just wanted to get this because she might be going to sleep. She ain't no late bird like us. But I wanted to give her flower. Listen, publicly, and no, Miss Murphy, it ain't bad. But publicly, and I've said this to you privately. I am so excited for your new venture, and it's been a long time coming. It has been a long time coming. I'm not going to get into all of that. That stays between us, but it has been a long time coming. I am so excited that you have dipped your toe into the creator side of the content. So no pressure from me. I'm not going to be, telling, you to go live weekly and daily and all of that kind of stuff. But it is, it brings a certain joy to me, to see people that have been part of your audience, and now you get a chance to be part of theirs. That is that is a cool thing, man. That is a real cool thing to see people that have been to, whatever kind of show you had and whatever kind of space you was in, and just support you because of you, and keep it 1,000 with you. And it's like, it's always cool for me. Definitely don't do it in this space. No, beautiful. No, I mean, but it's, and I kind of get into it. It kind of ties into the pulpit part of the show, and I'm not going to get into that just yet, but it kind of ties into it. But for me, and I'm just going to speak for me, it is always cool to see people who, like I said, have been part of your audience, have been part of what you've been trying. And I'm talking about the creator. I'm talking about me. What I've been trying to do with YouTube and whatever fashion that is, and whatever space I've been in. It's always cool to see people from the audience, not only just come to the stage, but like, okay, now you're going to watch their show. And that is always a dope feeling. And I, as a content creator, I think it is very, very important to show support for those who have supported you. So, of course, if I will be there supporting whatever you and DMO got going on, individually and collectively. I support what y'all got going on. So it's dope. It was a dope it was a dope feeling. It was a dope feeling. Like I said, I'm not going to get into it too much, but for me, it was a dope feeling, to see that come to fruition. And that's the seed being planted, and slowly, budding, and I can't wait for the full bloom, man. It's gonna be beautiful. But anyway, for a Gator girl comes swooping out the clouds, talking about, there you go with that mushy shit again. All right, man, we're gonna get into NFL weekend, week 3. Matter of fact, let me kind of peek in it because Kansas City is kind of struggling with the Giants. But yes, I'm very listen. Yes, Miss Murph, it is. Listen, one day we'll tell that story. One day we'll tell that story, but not now. But yeah, week 3 of the NFL concluding up tonight. You got Kansas City playing the Giants. I kind of peek in on that just a little bit, but we're going to kind of talk about some of the big news of the day coming out of week 3. You guys normally, if you've been listening to my show, you've been following the show, you guys know normally around week 5, week 6, I kind of give you what what I really think about a team and the direction I think they're going in. Kind of give my projections for the rest of the season. I'm going to go ahead and project, and I'm going to start with my boys. Let's go ahead and get that out of the way. Cowboys get beat down by the Chicago Bears up in Chicago today, 31-14. Like I said, normally I wait to week 5 to week 6. Listen, this Cowboys defense, and we'll kind of talk about some of that things that happened during the game. This Cowboys defense. Listen, I don't even know if the defensive coordinator makes it through the entire season if this defense continues to play like this. This is the worst looking team. When I'm talking about overall, but this is one of the worst looking teams in the NFL. We're currently sitting at 1-2. Defense can't stop anybody. Everybody looks like Tom Brady when they play this Cowboys defense. Last week it was Russell Wilson looking like MVP Russell Wilson from the Seattle Seahawks. Then you have Caleb Williams, quarterback who has former number 1 pick, has shown flashes in his season in a quarter of starting in the NFL, has shown flashes of, the talent that caused him to be drafted number 1 overall, but overall has not put it together consistently enough to, kind of warrant. I was comparing him last week to Trevor Lawrence. He didn't look like Trevor Lawrence today. He didn't look like Trevor Lawrence today playing against Gator. Sign of defeat. Listen, at least the character. Come on, Gator. Really off the top rope with it. Off the top rope with it. Jesus. Roll Tide, goddammit. Roll Tide. We'll talk about your Gators, maybe if they're worthy of mention. But this Cowboys defense is trending historically bad. And I don't want to put all of the blame on losing Michael Parsons. Yes, Michael Parsons getting traded before the season definitely hurt this defense, hurt the pass rush, hurt how the game plan and was being put in by the defensive coordinator. Definitely did. I mean, you can't not move off of a play of Michael Parsons' talent and not feel the impact. But this pass coverage, Trevon Diggs, you're probably gone after the season. They're probably going to cut you. This is a bad defense. This is a bad defense. Every quarterback that has played against this defense thus far, hell, if you want to keep it a buck, the quarterback who's played the worst against this defense so far this season is Jalen Hurts, and we'll talk about the 3-0 Philadelphia Eagles in just a second. But every quarterback that comes in here is just your confidence goes through the roof. You're playing against the Cowboys defense, who can't generate a pass rush, who cannot hold up in pass coverage, do okay against the run. But this is a bad defense. This is a bad defense. I said it before the season. I said, hey, if this team wins 8 or 9 games, I'm happy. 8 or 9 games, and you're talking about around a 500 team. This is looking like a below 500 team. Then you have CeeDee Lamb goes out with injury. I'm not overly concerned about that. You brought in George Pickens, do have number 1 receiver type talent. CeeDee will be back. Offense, I'm not overly concerned about. It's the defense. It's this defense for the Cowboys. It has looked atrocious. It has looked atrocious. That's the only takeaway I can take from it. I don't know how much praise I really want to put on the Chicago Bears offense today, considering what the Giants did to the same defense just last week. Caleb Williams, this is probably the best he's looked since he's gotten to the NFL. He looks so comfortable completing passes, no real pressure. Listen, it has shredded him. They just shred them. Like I said, you got to, talk about this game. You got to put it on the Cowboys defense. This defense is bad. Defense is bad. And, I was talking with somebody offline, and it was like, how can you get up here as a Cowboys fan and not, give the Cowboys any kind of due when they lose? Listen, this is, I call it like I see it. I'm a fan offline, but when I'm online doing these shows, listen, I got to analyze what I'm seeing. And this team looks bad. This team looks bad. I don't know if this defensive coordinator, I don't even know what kind of scheme he's running. I don't know what the deal is. Obviously you got a new defensive coordinator, you got a new head coach. I'm not sure where the miscommunication is, because it is talent at certain positions on this defense, but this defense is playing bad. This is playing bad. Like, you got the Chicago Bears, much like the New York Giants did last week, coming in here looking like world beaters. coming in here looking like world beaters, and you got your ass whooped, and you deserve to get your ass whooped. And let's keep it a buck. As bad as this defense played last week, you probably deserve to lose that one too. This is not a good team. This is not. And Jerry, if if you're really paying attention to what you're saying, you go ahead and start making changes now, man. Why wait? This is not a playoff caliber team. This is not a Super Bowl winning team. This is a garbage team. This is a garbage team. Much like I talk about the Miami Dolphins, go ahead and start the fire sale, Jerry. Get rid of some of these guys that you're paying. Get rid of them. This team's not going anywhere. This team, listen, would I be happy if we made the playoffs? Yeah, of course. Do I think this team is going to put up a competitive fight against anybody? Hell no. Hell no. But congratulations to the Chicago Bears for picking up the win. Like I said, Caleb Williams, this is probably his best looking game, but it's against the Dallas Cowboys defense. We'll see what he looks like next week, but a good win for them. First win of the season for the Chicago Bears. Cowboys fall to 1-2. Like I said, normally I wait to week 5 or 6 to kind of give my projections for the rest of it, but this defense is bad. This team is bad. This team is bad. Much like we were talking about Jalen Hurts, probably his worst performance as a quarterback against this Cowboys. He was had the worst performance against this Cowboys defense. Eagles pick up a very, 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 very big win. Congratulations to the Philadelphia Eagles. Listen, first half of this game, and this you're gonna get some Rams because that Rams defense in the first half completely shut down this Eagles attack. They could not get the run going, could not get the passing game going. Credit Nick Sirianni and their coaching staff. I don't know what they said to them boys at halftime. But for them guys to come back, especially as poorly as that team played in that first half, especially on the offensive side of the ball, to come out and play like they did in the second half against the team. Rams are not a scrub team just because they're not media darlings, and you see them at the Sports Center and all of that kind of stuff. Rams have a very, 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 very good team. Very good team. You're talking about a team that made it to the divisional round last year in the playoffs. This is a very, very good Rams team. Listen, would it surprise me? I'm gonna be honest with you. Would it surprise me based on how well coached both of these teams are and the talent that is on both of these teams? I wouldn't be surprised if we see this rematch somewhere down the line in the playoffs. But congratulations, hell of a second half by Philadelphia. Hell of a second half by Philadelphia. Kudos to the special teams. Talking about 2 block kicks, and including the one that sealed the game for him. Big Jordan Davis runs it back for a touchdown. At that point it's inconsequential, but kudos to special teams coach dialing it up, making the right move by putting Jordan Davis in the middle. Change the dynamic of the game. It looks like the NFL is about adjustments, man. The NFL. I love the Rams and Chiefs. Okay, beautiful. Listen, there's nothing wrong with the Rams and Chiefs. Kind of struggling right now against the Giants. I'll peek in later on that game. It was I think 6-6 going to the half, unless they scored right before I started the show. But it was 6-6. Kansas City looked bad. I mean, but we talked about that all year. We talked about it last year. But back to giving Philly their flowers. Listen, Philadelphia coaching staff did a hell of a job making the adjustments in the second half, got the run game going. A.J. Brown finally got the goddamn ball. Devontae Smith chipped in with some key catches. This is second half adjustments by the Eagles. That's got to be talked about. That has got to be talked about to know that, hey, it's not working. And let's change it up. Let's do something a little bit different. Let's change up our scheme a little bit because it's not working against this Rams. And listen, kudos to the Rams. Came in first half, looked like the best team in the NFC, the way they was the dominating play against Philadelphia. Second half looked clueless. It looked like the pressure got to him. And you choked away a sizable lead. And you can do that against the Arizonas of the world. You cannot do that with Philadelphia. Philadelphia, the defending Super Bowl champion for a reason. They're considered, a favorite to head back to the Super Bowl for a reason. You cannot let teams like that off the hook. When you have a team like that, especially in Philadelphia, you got to throttle them boys. It's 16-6. Okay. So KC kind of got caught fire at the end of the second quarter. Okay. We'll see if they can hold that, Miss Murph. Thank you for the update. My own little sports ticker in the chat. You me, I got so many screens up right now for the second half of the show. But Kudos to Philadelphia Rams. Still, consider they're gonna be one of them good teams. Hey, what's up, Joe? Listen, let me welcome you properly, Joe. Now Josephine has not been over here. Let me call you out. You haven't been over here, especially during a football season, in a very, very long time, because your Bears have looked horrible for a very, very long time. Coincidentally, you pick up a win against a very trash Cowboys team. Listen, it's my team. I can call them trash. Your team, look, you look good today. You look good today. You finally decided to bring your ass back over here to my chat to talk about the Bears. I haven't seen you chat nothing about the Bears in about goddamn, how long I've been doing this show? Like 2 seasons? Now you want to run back up in here. What's going on, Trig? Now you want to run your ass back up in here talking about Triggs. Yeah, we're gonna talk about them birds. Yeah, long day for most of us. Real long day for you guys. I can't believe you brought your ass up in here. You know what? You've earned it. Go ahead, chat your heart away. And, listen, Caleb Williams, this is his best game. You guys look good today. Luther Burden, looks like money. Looks like he's got a bright future in the NFL. But we'll see what you guys look like next week. And going forward. But yeah, welcome, Joe. All right, moving on. Since I saw Triggs, let me go ahead and get that Falcon game out of the way. Falcons get smashed. And let's call it what it is. Falcons get smashed by the Carolina Panthers 30-0 on the road. Michael Penix. Major takeaway I have coming out of this game. Michael Penix has looked so-so to start the season. He came in, had a very good end to last season. Was named a starter coming into the season. Despite Kirk Cousins making all the. I'll be back after this segment. That's what. It won't last long. It won't last long. But Michael Penix, this is probably the biggest takeaway I have from this. Michael Penix. I don't know what's going on. Offense kind of looks a little disjointed. I don't, it's really his rookie year. I'm just going to treat this season like his rookie year. Even though he played 3 games towards the end of the season last year, I'm looking at this as his rookie year. He's going to struggle a little bit. It's not like Carolina, dominated the play, even though that's what the score says. It's not like if you watch the game, it's not like Carolina dominated. Like it was an overwhelming performance, but they capitalized on all Falcons' mistakes. Bryce Young played a very clean game. He didn't really light it up, but kudos to Carolina for winning. Like I said, NFC South. We talked about this during the preseason. It's kind of it's going to be a kind of a fight at the top between them and Tampa Bay. And we'll talk about Tampa Bay in just a minute. Falcons, division game, rivalry game. Michael Penix kind of looks out of sorts. Anybody seen Kyle Pitts? I know he's been on a milk carton damn near since they drafted the guy. Atlanta's got some things to clean up. Carolina, I'm not going to get too overhyped about it and saying this is going to start their season rolling. I mean, you caught a team that had a bad game, and you can kind of move on from there. But kudos for them for picking up the win. Atlanta, like I said, Michael Penix is probably the major takeaway I got from that game as far as his level of play. Speaking of the Buccaneers, hold on against the Jets, 29-27. Baker Mayfield quietly having a solid start to the season. Tampa Bay is kind of and when I say I'm not comparing them to the Rams, I think the Rams are a better team, but Tampa Bay is a team in the NFC that's not going to get a lot of pub. That's not going to get a lot of media attention, but they have a very good team there in Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay has the pieces. And I'm not going to say this is a Super Bowl team, but things kind of break left or break right. Tampa Bay has enough pieces on both sides of the ball to make a very deep run. So keep your eye on Tampa Bay throughout the course of the season. Yeah, they pick up a big win against the Jets. Nothing else to kind of say there. Probably, and you would think I was going to say this is. I'm not going to spend too much time talking about the Vikings and the Bengals. If you caught the highlights, 48-10, Joe Burrow out, maybe out for 3 months. So you're talking about Joe Burrow possibly missing about 10 plus games this year. Kind of changes the dynamics if you had Cincinnati kind of making the playoffs. Jake Browning had a very good season last year when he had to fill in for Joe Burrow. Looked atrocious. He looked like the backup that they're paying him to be. Looked atrocious against Minnesota. And people forget Minnesota was one of the best teams in the NFC last year. Yes, they moved off of Sam Darnold and have, J.J. McCarthy, who got hurt. Carson Wentz does have, winning experience, coming over from the Eagles. Most notable stop from the Eagles. But, they went in there and beat them down. Cincinnati is going to be a long season. It's going to be a long season. Kind of wish he did. I know, Bengals ownership is probably having buyer's remorse after giving T. Higgins, the big contract. Like, we paid you, to be here with Jamar Chase and have Joe Burrow. But Joe Burrow just kind of gets nicked up. He's got a bit of a Andrew Luck thing. Like, Joe Burrow can never get down to stay healthy. Turf toe, like I said, possibly out for 3 months. We'll see what it looks like. This is the first outing for Jake Browning at the start of this season. And he looked bad. He looked bad. He looked bad. 48-10 for the Vikings. Like I said, Carson Wentz did just enough. They didn't really have to do too much. The way they were turning the ball over, and taking advantage of it. But good game, good win for Minnesota to build some confidence for this team. Speaking of building confidence, I did not have this on my bingo card. Packers lose on the last second field goal to the Cleveland Browns. Listen, we're going to talk about, the Packers, but Cleveland, this just extends the Joe Flacco saga. But, hey, we said around weeks 7, 8, or 9, we might be getting another starter. Cleveland did not look good. Joe Flacco did not look good. But, to double down on that, Green Bay, I think Green Bay kind of took this team lightly. I'm going to keep it a buck with you. Cleveland does have some pieces, especially on the defensive side of the ball. You're talking about Myles Garrett, you're talking about Denzel Ward, and the rest of that unit on the defensive side of the ball. Cleveland does have a very respectable, I'm not going to say great, but have a very respectable defense, and it showed up today. And slowed down Jordan Clark, even though he was out without one of his receivers, Jaden Reed. Pass rush for, Green Bay defense did not play bad. Did turn over Joe Flacco twice in this game, had him looking like every bit the age that he is. But this is a game you can look back at, later on in the season when we're talking about jockeying for playoff positioning and that kind of stuff. And possibly division titles and that kind of stuff. Packers, you dropped the easy one here, man. You dropped the easy one. But hey, it happens, man. I look at this as more of a trap game. Maybe the Packers were looking forward. I know the offense is going to be looking forward to next week playing against that Dallas defense. Jordan Love might go for goddamn 500 yards against that Dallas defense. Maybe they were looking ahead, look past the Browns. Browns made it a game, made plays late, ends it on the last second field goal. Like I said, we're not going to spend too much time talking about the Browns other than the quarterback situation. Flacco looked like trash. Let's keep it above. Kudos to the Cleveland defense for taking care of business. Green Bay, this is more of a hiccup. I'm pretty sure the offense will get right back on track next week, playing against the pitiful Cowboys defense. I'm just saying. Other games happening on notable games. I don't want to say notable games. Well, I saw. I know he'll catch it on the read. Brother of a certain age, how are you liking how well Daniel Jones is playing? How Daniel Jones is playing for the Colts. Colts taking care of business they get today against the Titans. Expected them to win anyway, but taking care of business. Daniel Jones is looking good. I mean, if we're talking about how well guys are playing, especially at the quarterback position to start the season, Daniel Jones is playing very, very. Listen, he's been playing better than Patrick Mahomes to start the season. I'm just saying. But it helps when you have a running game. It helps when you have Jonathan Taylor. You have the offensive line, and the Colts look like the best team in this division. Look like they're going to be the ones representing this division. But this division is kind of a toss-up because you never know from week to week. I just know the Titans are not in it. Cam Ward, he's going to take his lumps until they get him some weapons. It's going to be a long season for that young man. He's going to have his moments, but it's going to be a rough ride for him. It's just no talent in Tennessee. I don't feel sorry for him. You know, it is what it is. You know, number one, usually the team is bad. It is what it is. But the Colts, Daniel Jones continues to win, continues to play good football, good winning football. I know Giants fans are somewhere. Yes, he is Smith. I know he's gonna catch it. Listen, I know Giants fans are like, you know, where the hell was this Daniel Jones when we had him? Yeah, well, you know, he pops up in spurts, especially when it's time to, you know, play for a big contract. You know, he tends to kind of light it up. But you know, off to a good start this season. Team I'm kind of concerned about. I'm talking about the Houston Texans who lose against the Jacksonville Jaguars. Jaguars pick up the win 17-10. Texans have looked. I can't really put. I mean, I'll be honest with you. I really can't put my finger on what's really wrong with this team. Texans, you would think with CJ Stroud, and the talent that they have on the offensive side of the ball, and they still have talent on the defensive side of the ball. Defense has not played horrible. It's just the Texans just I guess find ways to lose. Find ways to lose. Make mental mistakes at the wrong time. It's going to be a very interesting season for the Texans, man. To lose in the games that they're losing in the fashion that they're losing them in. Had an opportunity in this game. It just could not make the plays when they needed to make the plays. Jacksonville, Travis Hunter has looked okay. I'm be honest. He's looked okay to kind of start the season. You know, he hasn't you know, the season grind hasn't worn on it, but he's looked good when he's, you know, played cornerback and wide receiver. But picking up the good win today against a division rival, you know, that may come back to play on later in the season. May come back to play later on in the season. But the Texans looked out of sorts, man. I don't know what maybe it's the Stephon Diggs, you know, being moved. Maybe. Who knows? That's for another show. Moving on to some of the other games that happened. I'm not going to spend too much time. Seahawks smashed the Saints. Could the Saints be tanking for the number one overall pick? It's been rumored that if the Saints end up being the team that has the number one pick at the end of the season, could be seeing Arch Manning possibly being lured into the draft if the Saints are the number one team. But look bad. Bad. Now, once again, bad quarterback play. Seahawks run all over them up and down the field, dominate 44-13. Not focusing on that. Another game I'm not really focusing on. Steelers pick up a win against the Patriots, 21-14. Aaron Rodgers does pass Brett Favre on the all-time touchdown list. That's about the only notable thing. Yeah, nothing to take home there. Chargers beat the Broncos. Come back in the second half to take that one. Justin Herbert. Listen, Justin Herbert. I'm gonna kind of put this out here. He's looking like the best quarterback in the AFC West at this time. Unless Patrick Mahomes all of a sudden starts going on lightening up for about a 3-4 game stretch, Justin Herbert is playing the best at the quarterback position right now. Chargers sitting atop of the division, pick up a big division win against a very good Broncos team. But Justin Herbert is looking like, it looked like he's kind of put it together. I want to say what is year 5, year 6 for him. It looked like he's finally got it together. You know, kudos to Harbaugh, you know, structuring that team, you know, the right way, to structuring his image. If you watch the Chargers play, which a lot of people don't get a chance to watch the Chargers play, you'll see shades of those 49ers teams that he used to coach in the back of the day. But, you know, big win for them coming back late against a very good Broncos team. Broncos defense has got to kind of get it together. Played well for 3 quarters. But, you know, as the Rams found out earlier today, you can't just play well for a couple of quarters. You got to play well for all 4. I think Broncos will be okay. Moving on. Okay, so it is halftime. So 16-6. Okay, so I'm finally down on my scorecard. 49ers take care of business. Win a very close one against the Arizona Cardinals. Mac Jones picks up his second win. Brock Purdy, for those who don't know, Brock Purdy is hurt. But Mac Jones, former first-round pick, former quarterback for, you know, he was drafted by the Patriots, played for the Jaguars last year, comes in backup, but he's got first. He was drafted in the first. I was going to say he's drafted in the first round. I'm going to say he had first-round talent. He was drafted in the first round, 49ers are finding a way to win despite the injury bug continuing to plague this team. San Francisco, we'll see. I'm the jury. For me, the jury's still kind of out on San Francisco to what to kind of make of this team. It's really kind of hard to gauge what this team is going to really kind of look like when all the pieces are back healthy and not nicked up. But big win today against a very good Cardinals team who just much like the Houston Texas is find ways to lose. This has has the inability to close out. It's going to be a very interesting division race for sure. I think the Cardinals will definitely still be in the mix, but find ways to lose. Find ways to kind of sabotage themselves, shoot themselves in the foot. Very, it wasn't a very highlight worthy game, but if you're a fan of these teams, it was a good hard nosed game, good NFC West type contest. I think I've gotten. Okay, so that's the Monday night game. Monday night big game, Ravens and Lions. Thursday game, Seahawks and Cardinals should be a good one. I think I got everybody. Oh, I forgot the other division rival. Watch the Commanders take care of business. 41-24. Jaden Daniels look like he's rounding back into form. Raiders fall once again. Could they be in the hunt for the number one pick? They definitely need a quarterback. Geno Smith, I'm letting you know now, is not the answer. Excuse me, pardon me. I'm not just trying to find my seat. Listen, DMO. DMO. All right. But yeah, the kind of saw. I forgot the Thursday game. My bad. I forgot the Thursday game. Who played Thursday? Bills take care of business against the Dolphins. Dolphins once again. Fire sale. I said about Dallas earlier. I said about you guys. Week after week, fire sale. Time to move on from certain guys, certain contracts, rebuilds, tear it down. You're not going away. This is the Bills division for the foreseeable future. To the rest of the division kind of gets together. Listen, Buffalo is running the division like the Patriots ran the division during the Brady years. All you can do is do the best you might as well retool. But anyway, moving on. I think I got everybody. For Joe who kind of came through once again, shout out to the Bears for the win over the boys. I'm pretty sure one of my sick and shut in members is probably hearing about it, have probably heard about it already early today. So I guess it was my turn to get some of that Bear love. Yay. Yippee. All right. I'm done with the NFL score. Okay, where we at? Yeah. Kind of get into the other part of the show where I kind of get into like world national news and that kind of stuff. We talked about this. I would say the good brother Spotter who came through last week, really enjoyed the conversation. Great convo. We talked about, the Charlie Kirk and the, his assassination and the fallout from it and what that was going to look like. And, one of the things we kind of touched on was, hey, how this was going to be used as propaganda by MAGA to, push narratives, get certain stuff done. And it was going to ride the wave like no other. And this wave that they're riding, I want to say it culminated today. It was definitely a flashpoint today. I got some clips from his memorial service that happened earlier today out there in Arizona. Over 70,000 plus people came to attend his memorial. But we talked about this last week, man. How propaganda, controlling the narrative, controlling the where have we heard that before? Controlling the narrative, controlling the media. How his death was going to be used as propaganda to push certain agendas and that kind of stuff. And one of the first people that kind of felt the effect of the Charlie Kirk, I guess, experience of what MAGA is going to be doing for now and for the foreseeable future with Charlie Kirk and using his name to get stuff done. Jimmy Kimmel, who was suspended by ABC show, suspended indefinitely over comments he made about Charlie Kirk following his death. Now, I think I got that clip. I listened to the clip. Give me a sec, y'all. I got so many. Yeah. Okay, here we go. I listened to it. I'm gonna play. It's about a minute long clip. And y'all let me know, was this something that you could see as I'm in this bitch? What's going on, the fraud? What's going on? Yeah, the fraud. I meant the fraud. I think was you at the Tuesday spot? Because I kind of gave my review on Demon Slayer. If not, man, let me know. Let me know. I gave it an 8 out of 10. I gave it an 8 out of 10. It was a 9 out of 10 first 2 hours, last 30 minutes. Fell off the cliff for me. But here's the clip from Jimmy Kimmel that they've been kind of going around trying to scrub. And I want you guys to let me know, does this sound too harsh? Jesus Christ, man. Let me kind of get it together. Goddamn StreamYard, boy. I cannot stand StreamYard. Where's my stuff at? Okay, I had that. Jesus. Okay, hold on. Okay, that's how I do it. Hey, StreamYard. Listen, StreamYard has been a headache with all these additions they've had. A complete headache. Those that know what the hell I'm talking about. But let's kind of get into it. Y'all let me know if this is too much, or are they on point? Was this I missed Tuesday? Unfortunately, some work. Yeah, he showed out. 7th form, yeah, definitely showed out. Let's kind of get into the clip real quick. This is a minute long. Here we go.
We hit some new lows over the weekend with the MAGA gang desperately trying to characterize this kid who murdered Charlie Kirk as anything other than one of them, and doing everything they can to score political points from it. In between the finger pointing, there was grieving. On Friday, the White House flew the flags at half staff, which got some criticism. But on a human level, you can see how hard the president is taking this.
My condolences on the loss of your friend Charlie Kirk. May I ask, sir, personally, how are you holding up over the last day and a half, sir?
I think very good. And by the way, right there, you see all the trucks? They just started construction of the new ballroom for the White House, which is something they've been trying to get, as you know, for about 150 years. And it's going to be a beauty.
Yes. He's at the 4th stage of grief, construction. Demolition, construction. This is not how an adult grieves the murder of someone he called a friend. This is how a 4-year-old mourns a goldfish, okay?
All right, I'm back. Okay, yeah. Too many clips. Too many. Yes, DMO. StreamYard, please. Work with a player. Work with a player today. Jesus Christ. All right. Looks better. Okay. Yeah, that's what got Jimmy Kimmel suspended indefinitely. Now it has been some fallout financially for Disney, who is the parent company for ABC. What's going on? What's going on, Spider? Apparently, according to reports that a lot of, that's what got him suspended. Yeah, Miss Murphy. Yeah. This was one of them, but that was like the final straw. It has been some fallout from this. There's been some fallout from this, especially with Jimmy Kimmel, and we're kind of getting to the whole Charlie Kirk Memorial experience. Because if you didn't watch it, I got a couple clips for you. Yeah, let me say my thoughts for that until I get to that part. But yeah, Jimmy Kimmel has reportedly cost Disney at this point, according, if you believe the reports, up to about $4 billion of market value and lost revenue. People have canceled their Disney Plus Hulu subscription. I've seen stories of people canceling their Disney cruises, because this is freedom of speech has kind of come into the forefront. This has kind of moved to the top of the headlines, and it will be moved to a huge fallout. Yeah. It's going to be moved to the top of the headlines for the next several weeks. You've had Ted Cruz come out and pretty much call the head of the FCC his using mob boss tactics. Trump has come out and defended the FCC, thinking we should do this more and get more people off the air and that kind of stuff. Listen, this is cancel culture on steroids. This Charlie Kirk phenomenon, like I said, we talked about it. Propaganda. If you come out and say something negative about him, they're packing you the fuck up. They're packing you the fuck up, and they're trying to, under the disguise of it being hate speech. God forbid you have an opinion that doesn't fit their narrative. Where have we heard that controlling the narrative? But MAGA in the far right are starting to use this to start packing people the fuck up. Stephen Colbert called a taste of it earlier this year. Jimmy Kimmel has gotten. I would say this about Jimmy Kimmel. This is kind of the smart play for him. Unless I've missed it, no public comments. Let the narrative fuel itself. Let the narrative fuel itself. ABC is going to find themselves, along with their parent company, Walt Disney. Listen, as much as you want to kowtow to the president, you have stockholders that you are responsible to reporting to, and the fact that since you suspended Jimmy Kimmel, you've lost over all your companies close to $3 billion worth of market value. Sir, we don't come on that, man. Yeah, listen, Spider, we talked about. I told you last week. I said this is propaganda. They're going to use. Listen, wait till I show you a couple of clips from the memorial. For those who haven't watched it, from the memorial, you've got to see this shit. You have got to see this shit. But this is cancel culture. They're going around. You're seeing people's YouTube pages getting packed the fuck up out of here, demonetized, all of that. I want to say Charleston White. They've gone around and started canceling some of his appearances at some of these campuses for his rhetoric on Charlie Kirk. Listen, they do not. If you have you have these businesses firing people left and right over the social media posts. Listen, they're packing you the fuck up out of here. They're packing you the fuck up out. Listen, their thing is we have painted Charlie Kirk as a martyr. That is going to be the narrative, and that is the propaganda piece we're going to use moving forward. That is the propaganda piece we're going to use. Anybody that says anything that we don't like, we're going to use that under the disguise of hate speech. Look, not saying he wasn't even wearing a bulletproof vest, even though it's listen, what's going on now? Yeah, depending on, will swing back. It will swing back. It all depends. Listen, cancel culture is depending on who's in power. But listen, I heard. Listen, yeah, at the memorial, they. I want to say it was Stephen Miller or RFK kind of alluded to Charlie Kirk being like Jesus. I saw a snippet of an interview, and they saying this is how they're painting Charlie Kirk. If Jesus was still alive, Charlie Kirk would have been the 13th disciple. They're on that type of time with him. I heard in regards to what that he's talking about. I heard a report that Charlie Kirk is made of some like he was Superman. That the shot that hit his chest and ricocheted and hit his neck. They're making it sound like he was made of steel. The shot, no one else could have survived that shot at the location that he was initially hit at. Dude, listen. Matter of fact, there's you want to see as you know, he's like, oh damn, beautiful. Thank you. I'm about to say that at the top of the show. It's like the hell with it. Appreciate it. But check this out. If you want to know what a propaganda piece looks like, you've got to see the intro for this. You've got to see where's it at? Geez, hold on, let me make sure I got my clips right. Make sure I got so many. Okay, come on. Let's see what we got here. I got to. I don't want to show. I got like 3 or 4 of them, but I want to show the main one. They kind of like put it in perspective. I know a lot of people here might not have watched it, but you should definitely go peek in when you get the time. Now that's Trump doing that. That's Nick Fuentes. That's Bill Mayer. Yeah, have they already scrubbed it? Okay, hold on. Jesus, so many. Oh, here we go. Check this out. If you want to see what propaganda looks like in real fucking time, hold on. Which one was it? Okay, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Is it this one? No. Okay, so it's the Truth Social. Okay, check this out. Share screen. I want you to get this kind of soak this. I'm gonna play it a couple times. But I want you guys to kind of soak this in real quick. Okay, come back over here so I can see what the hell going on. StreamYard is not my friend today. Okay. All right. Okay, cool. All right. Check this out.
Hello.
Let me come back over here. Okay. What's going on, Jill? Yeah. Woo! Oh, so I just came back over to y'all comments, man. Oh, watch this debate. Listen, yeah. Yes, Gator. The rapture didn't have this. I told you guys. I told you guys. I said, listen, when they have his memorial, every key member of the far right was going to be there. I told you it was going to be a production. I told you it was going to be a show. Why at a funeral memorial service do you have his wife coming out to sparklers like she's accepting an award or she's just won a Grammy or an Oscar? I mean, I'm gonna play it again. Oh, are we gonna get into Cheeto Man too, Miss Burr? Let's see. I can't let my weekly reality show go by without showing you some of his excerpts from his speech. At this, I don't even know what to call it. I can't even really call it a memorial service. It really turned into. Please don't listen, Miss Burr. I got to. This turned into, and when I say propaganda to the fullest. They had voter registration set up for people coming into the building for a memorial service. This is all of them was back in line and back on in code. You had Elon Musk being seen, having a nice conversation sitting next to Trump. Like this, they were all on code. I can't even begin. You got to watch the whole thing. You've got to watch the whole thing. And probably the only thing you can do is just shake MAGACon 2025. Listen, it turned into a political rally spot. I got some clips. I'm not gonna play the whole clip, Miss Murph, but this the beginning of this is just so off-putting. Like, look at this. Sparklers going. This is a whole production service. The fact that you have this in a stadium, or arena, or whatever you want to call it, 70,000 plus people showed up inside the building, and that's not counting the amount of people that was outside of the building who could not get in. I mean, look at this. I mean, it's almost like they rehearsed the memorial service. I want you to watch when she gets to the podium and she lifts her head up as like on a musical cue. I mean, that like so off-putting. Hold on. This is a whole TV production. I mean, look, getting your signal, like they're giving her the visual signal for like, hey, it's time to move into position for the look to the heaven shot. Like you see her kind of like peek over at the cameraman. He's giving her the cue, like go. This is a whole production. This is a funeral memorial service, people. And you want to tell me this is not propaganda? This is not propaganda. I mean, let's continue. The money shot. The money shot. There you go. MAGACon 2025. You cannot make this shit up. You cannot make this shit up. I mean, on musical, this is a production. This memorial service was a political rally. This memorial service was I forget how long this thing was. This was an hour long of MAGA commercial. I mean, think about the people that spoke. Most of the people that spoke, you didn't really have a lot of family. The president supported what he spoke, Miss Murph. So of course they're going to have that in place. Oh yes, this is a production. But let me take this down because I got a couple excerpts from his part of it. This is a whole production. I talked about it. I said this is propaganda. They're going to ride. Listen, they're going to ride this Charlie Kirk wave. If the Republican Party is smart, they're going to ride this Charlie Kirk wave as much as probably until goddamn midterms. Like this is the narrative. Like the free speech has become, we're not even going to get into Charlie Kirk, the resolution, and they passed. Like this is they're going to ride this. MAGA Republican, they're going to ride this. They're going to. It's like I how can I walk away feeling like what the hell after watching this memorial service? This was a political. It turned into a listen. It turned into a political rally. I can't speak. Got to stay. Listen, I get it. But I mean, we're not talking ill of the man, and I think that's where they're hunting. Like, but you can't look at this as a memorial service. This was turned into a political rally. Case in point, mind you, you're at a political rally. I'm sorry, you had might as well call it that. But you had a memorial service. You're supposed to be honored. Everybody gets up. It's supposed to be, telling a kind story about Charlie and what he meant to them, and maybe a funny joke. He liked pork and beans and potatoes for lunch. Like, you're supposed to be doing shit like you think back to like the last big memorial service that was kind of televised that I can recall. You think back to Kobe Bryant's memorial service. You didn't get people up there, saying, hey, Kobe was a good guy, but by the way, my new sneakers come out in the next couple of weeks. Like, it wasn't that. People typically get up for a memorial service, say kind words about the deceased, say comforting words to the grieving family, and you kind of move on. Like, all of the other stuff doesn't get in the way. But here you have, America's top reality star, and he has I got two excerpts. This is one of the excerpts. Remember where we're at. Remember the location that we're at, people. I mean, look at the bottom of the screen. Remembering Charlie Kirk. This is supposed to be about Charlie Kirk. We're supposed to be saying stuff about Charlie. Dead trolls get better promotion. The fraud, and they're not looking. They are. But check this. I mean, like, check this out. This is one of the excerpts that's kind of I kind of took away from it.
And tomorrow we're going to have one of the biggest announcement, really medically, I think, in the history of our country. We're going to be doing it with Bobby and Oz and all of the professionals. I think you're going to find it to be amazing. I think we found an answer to autism. How about that? Autism tomorrow. We're going to be talking in the Oval Office in the White House about autism.
Let me take a moment, y'all. What the hell does this have to do with remembering Charlie Kirk? What does this have to do? You're right, Jim. It's all about the midterms. They've got to get this. Dots, don't piss me off. I'm sorry, beautiful, but this is. I mean, I'm gonna play with.
And tomorrow we're gonna have.
What does this have to? He's making announcements. You can't tell me this was not a political rally. That's why his cabinet was there. A lot of his cabinet members was chosen to speak at the memorial service. Like, really, you want me to believe that RFK was a very close friend of Charlie Kirk? Oh, come on, man. And they all got up there with their prepared speeches, their prepared talking points. No, it was weird, man. I ain't gonna lie to you, it was weird. But that's just one clip. I got another one. I got another one. Remember, we're at a memorial service. The entire cabinet, yeah. But you saw Patel, Gabbard got up there, RFK up there, Vance, the entire Stephen Miller was up there plagiarizing a famous speech that people find out he plagiarized. Like, are we surprised? I mean, but hold on, where is it at? Because you got to see this second one. Yeah, you think the advertising, autism, which we don't know what he's promised a lot of things in regards to, we got a big thing going on. It's always something big, something super of that nature. It's always something grandiose. It's never. But you've got to see this, and I think this is in the era we're about to move in regards to how they're doing free speech, hate speech, and all of that kind of stuff, coming after people and all of that kind of stuff. Gator, tax dollars pay for that spectacle. Tax dollars definitely pay for that spectacle. Definitely pay for that spectacle. But here's another clip, and then we're going to kind of move on a little bit. But here's another clip of him, at said memorial service / rally. You're like I said, you're supposed to be talking about a deceased and, promoted healing. And you're the president. This is what you're supposed to be doing. Whether or not you believe it or not, just the presidential thing to do. We're not, but in the era of free speech, this is what he had to say. Let me know what y'all think about this.
In that private moment on his dying day, we find everything we need to know about who Charlie Kirk truly was. He was a missionary with a noble spirit and a great, great purpose. He did not hate his opponents. He wanted the best for them. That's where I disagreed with Charlie. I hate my opponent, and I don't want the best for them. I'm sorry. I am sorry, Erica. But now Erica can talk to me and the whole group, and maybe they can convince me that that's not right, but I can't stand my opponent.
I'll play it for you one more time. This keep all this in context where he's at saying this shit.
In that private moment on his dying day, we find everything we need to know about who Charlie Kirk truly was. He was a missionary with a noble spirit and a great, great purpose. He did not hate his opponents. He wanted the best for them. That's where I disagreed with Charlie. I hate my opponent, and I don't want the best for them. I'm sorry. I am sorry, Erica. But now Erica can talk to me and the whole group, and maybe they can convince me that that's not right, but I can't.
Let that sink in and marinate. You just described him as a great man, a missionary who, loved his opponent, Yeah, right, Jim. That's exactly what it is. Yeah, listen. Spot him. I should have saved that clip. It's a clip when he comes out on stage and like they're singing like a hymn and like the crowd participation, and he's up there with Charlie Kirk's wife, Erica. And he's just basking in the glow. Basking in the glow. Listen. Because Eric, listen, the front, hell no, she can't. Because Erica's already come out, into my Erica Kirk, his wife, has already come out. She said, look, and she's very strategic at how she said this. She's already kind of put it out. She's like, look, I myself don't wish the death penalty on his killers. I'll leave that for the government to decide. Well, the government's already come out and said they're going to seek the death penalty on him. So, are you trying to absolve yourself of like in the end of the day, you don't get no say in that anyway. But we've got to paint the picture that this is a holy and righteous movement. All of all of these good Christian folks are here to celebrate this man. But it turns into a political rally. Listen, everybody, just damn near everybody that got up from the cabinet to speak is rhetoric. It's listen, we will mention Charlie Kirk because we're here, but at the same time, we really don't give a damn. This is used as like I said, a political tool. I'm gonna take that down. Political tool to push our agenda. I said this last week. I said if you thought the Charlie Kirk hype train in regards to how the right is kind of running with it was going to slow down, it was going to pick up steam with the memorial service. And listen, you're talking about 70,000 people showed up, paid to go see this. Voter registration booths set up at the venue. This whole thing wasn't about Charlie Kirk. They're going to paint him as a martyr. You have several members of his cabinet comparing this dude to Jesus Christ, the 13th disciple. They're going to run with it. Now, the problem that they're going to have is, and I'm talking about talking about the Republican Party, is this problem they have with free speech. Jimmy Kimmel, like I said, smart, don't say nothing. Disney is losing billions. If you continue to send your FCC after and these strong arm tactics as far as controlling the narrative, controlling. Listen, but this is what they do. You don't control people with guns and bullets. You control them with controlling their thoughts and all that, and their freedom of speech. That's what you do to control. If you want to control the narrative, a show of force is not going to do it. But let me start packing you guys up, shutting down your streams of revenue. You people that do TV shows and broadcasts and streamers, like, no, we're gonna pack you the fuck up. If you're on a job, if you got something on your social media, saying something negative about the good Lord Charlie Kirk, is that they're trying to paint him. I'm like, Jesus, like they're painting him in that light. They're painting him in that light. I've seen it was an article trying to compare his accomplishments in life to Jesus at his age. Like, are you you can't make this shit up. You cannot make this shit up. Okay, go back to my background. Okay, there we go. You cannot make this shit up. But I got another clip that's kind of under the radar. That was kind of, hold on, let me preview it before I put it. I'm gonna kind of give y'all a peek behind the curtain of what's going on, because I'm gonna tell you who's next in line. Charlie Kirk was, had a touch with the people, but let me show you another key player for those who are not aware. And be patient with me doing this clip. It's about a 3 to 4 minute clip. Be patient with it, but you got to kind of. It's important to not tune out the dumb shit. It's important to kind of tune in and decipher what you're really listening to. And for those who don't know who the man is on the screen, this is Nick Fuentes, who you could say is Charlie Kirk is 1A and he's 1B of the new Republican Groper MAGA, that amalgamation, whatever the hell they got going on, that movement. But this is what he had to kind of say, and he's been trying to scrub this clip off of the internet, but thankfully people that capture it and just keep reposting it. But check this out. Are we good? Are we on the right screen? Oh God, I hate StreamYard. Okay, take me down. All right, check this. Be patient with me for this one, and we will be wrapping up shortly.
They hate it that I have an army. It's not just that I'm telling the truth. It's not just that I'm a good broadcaster. They hate that I have an army. They hate that I have a Revolutionary Guard. They hate that I raise my fist and the Groypers go into action. It eats them up, because they got money and they got shows and they got stuff, but I got shooters. That's a metaphor. I got shooters in the streets, not literal shooters, but I got niggas. I got my niggas and all my niggas got me. I raise my fist and the Groypers show up.
Let me pause it here. This is once again Nick Fuentes. For those who are not aware and not informed, you take some time to find out what the Groper movement is. I think it's Groyper. I think that's the correct spelling for it. But yeah, Miss Murphy, listen, this is Charlie Kirk's counterpart. If Charlie Kirk was 1A, Nick Fuentes is 1B. Hey, Divine. I mean, let me. And hey, listen, they're trying to scrub this as hard as they can. Let me take this back. Now, in the era of free speech, what you packed up, and for those who saw came in a little late, let's go back and said, catch the Jimmy Kimmel clip. What they packed up Jimmy Kimmel for. And listen to this. You got to listen to this. Let's go.
I got shooters. That's a metaphor. I got shooters in the streets, not literal shooters, but I got niggas. I got my niggas and all my niggas got me. I raise my fist and the Groypers show up because they know I got their back and that's why they have my back, and they fucking hate that. The system hates that I have an army. They hate that I have it's all the ingredients of the things they hate. True belief, willing to die, telling the truth, totally ungovernable, unmanageable, and an army. They hate it. That's why they're always attacking the Groypers. They're always trying to create enmity between me and the Groypers. It's like, look, I am a Groyper. People talk shit about the Groypers. I am a Groyper. They say, no, not you. You're cool. It's those Groypers. What do you think I am? What do you think I'm doing all day? I'm playing Fortnite all day. I'm playing Fortnite until 3 a.m. I'm watching Brain Rot on TikTok.
Now, let me interject this also. It's for those who naps. Andrew Tate is definitely in that conversation. He's definitely in that conversation. Listen, this is what white nationalism looks like now. It's not skinheads with tattoos. This is what it looks like now.
I'm eating McDonald's like a pig. I am a byproduct of this time. I'm of this generation. I'm not like one of these people that's like super rich. I mean, I make a lot of money, but I live like, I mean, you saw my house. It was on the front page of Twitter. I don't live in a mansion. I live in a working class neighborhood. I eat McDonald's. I don't go on vacations. I do this damn ass show every week doing super chats. And if I do fly out, it's to like fucking Rhode Island to do a collaboration. No hate to Sam, but like, I don't like Providence very much. And these other people, it's like, they're just so out of touch. They're not like us. I'm just like a neighborhood guy. Okay. I love my niggas. I'm one of you. I am the people. So, and they will never understand that. They don't understand why they're not connecting. They're asking themselves, why is Nick Fuentes so popular? Why are our attacks not landing? It's like, because you can't fake it. You are out of touch. You are affected. You are fake. You're just not one of us. I am one of you. I got problems like you guys have. I got shit going on like you guys have shit going on, you know? I'm living the same life I was in college. I dropped out.
Let's pause it there. Divine, I wouldn't call it coked up. It's important. Listen, you don't have to follow this stuff, but it's important to kind of know what's going on. And you know, look into it from time to time. I'm not saying get so involved in the rhetoric and all of that kind of stuff to where you get lost in the sauce, but You went to college, you dropped out. He went to college, he dropped. Okay.
I'm an incel. Yeah, we're struggling with women. Yeah, like we have a weird sexual story because of Generation Z, because of the onslaught of feminism, because of OnlyFans, because of porn. Like, yeah, we're gamers. Yeah, we're underemployed. We went to college. It was super expensive. Some of us graduated, can't get a job, was dropped out. It's like, yeah, we're racist. Yeah, we say nigger. Yeah, we're pissed off at Ben Shapiro. We feel hopeless. This country fucking sucks. Yeah, we're doing brain rot on TikTok. It's like, yeah, I'm a Zoomer. I'm one of the guys.
Interesting. For those of you, like I said, this is a reminder for those who are not aware of who Nick. This is just a snippet of what he kind of gets into on his podcast. Let me kind of back that up just a little bit. I hate my country. Interesting.
OnlyFans because of porn. Like, yeah, we're gamers. Yeah, we're underemployed. We went to college. It was super expensive. Some of us graduated, can't get a job. Some of us dropped out. It's like, Yeah, we're racist. Yeah, we say nigger. Yeah, we're pissed off at Ben Shapiro. We feel hopeless. This country fucking sucks. Yeah, we're doing brain rot on TikTok. It's like, yeah, I'm a Zoomer. I'm one of the guys. And these other people come in. Charlie Kirk comes in and he's like, he's just fake. It's all calculated. You know? They're imitators. I'm the real deal. They're fakers. I'm real. That's just true.
Let me come back over here. Naps. you paying attention, Naps. Let me take this down. You paying attention. And Nick Fuentes and his camp are scrambling, to get clips like that taken off of the internet, because God forbid, who found a grift? Real piece of shit, Miss Murph. Very much so. But listen, this is how, they talk when they think they're amongst themselves. They don't really give a shit. This is how they feel. Kirk was 1A, Fuentes is 1B. No one in the same. Interesting. Like I said, it's not going to stop anytime soon. I expect, MAGA, Republicans, whatever, to ride this all the way to midterms. If you say anything they don't like, we classify it as hate speech and try to pack you the fuck up out of here. That's what they're doing. That's what they're doing. I mean, but then, it's not hard to, push that propaganda when your base thinks like this. Hold on, let me get it together. Now, when your base thinks like this.
What got you excited to come to the Trump rally today?
It's a good man. I love him. We need him. He saved the country.
You love him?
Yeah, I think he's a good man. What do you think?
Why? When did you decide he was such a good man?
2016. I liked his words, and I like he did everything he said he was going to do, and he did it.
What are some of those things that he said and then he did? Maybe just one thing. One thing he said and then he did.
He caught me off guard there. I don't know.
Yeah. Okay.
Play that one more time.
What got you excited?
It's not hard to push propaganda and have these clowns feed into it because this is part of their base too.
What got you excited to come to the Trump rally today?
It's a good man. I love him. We need him. He saved the country.
You love him?
Yeah, I think he's a good man. What do you think?
We love him. We need him. I'm letting him finish it out.
Why? When did you decide he was such a good man?
2016.
Now, mind you, you said 2016. This is about to be 2026. So you mean to tell me 60 plus years, you just thought he was just a guy, but all of a sudden he's a good guy and you love him? Propaganda, listen, pushing propaganda. Listen, you do not control the people with bullets and guns no more. You control the people with propaganda, controlling the narrative. Yeah, finish listening to this idiot.
I liked his words, and I like he did everything he said he was going to do, and he did it.
What are some of those things that he said and then he did? Maybe just one thing. One thing he said and then he did.
He caught me off guard there. Oh no.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh. But yeah, you don't control. Listen, bullets and guns don't do it. You control the narrative with the propaganda. Listen, the political rally. I mean, the memorial service today. I'm glad I showed up at the NFL. Oh, oh yeah, y'all must be getting your ass kicked in the second half. Hold on, let me go check. I can't laugh at. We got our ass kicked earlier. What's going on, brother? Oh, they finally picked up a win. Okay. Chiefs pick up the win. Yay. Beautiful. Your Chiefs won. At least somebody won. Josephine, she better not drag her ass back up in here. No more for the rest of the season. But listen, propaganda. And you're gonna see more of it. Like I said, Jimmy Kimmel is gonna be fallout for Walt Disney. Like I said, they've already lost $3 billion in market value. That's how you kind of combat the propaganda. You with money. Man, protesting, it don't mean shit. Just keep it a buck. It don't mean shit. It don't. We're gonna do now. It don't mean shit. You want to get the attention, you touch the pockets, you affect the money, or you come up with your own propaganda. Now, if you're the left, Ted Cruz I would be putting his ass to the forefront of my piece of propaganda with the comments he had about the FCC boss. Like, okay, but hey, I'm not an advisor. I'm just an observer. To kind of pick up my spirits just a little bit. Give me a sec, y'all. I mean, this you want to know, and he's not even good at it. Check this out real quick. It's not a video. This is, let me make sure you guys can see this. Matter of fact, I'll put it on the big screen. Right, give me just a second. Come back out. I want to make sure you guys can actually see this. What you see on your screen here is a post by Agent Orange on Truth Social. Now, for those who don't, what Truth Social is, that's his own social media platform that he likes to get out his talking points, unfiltered, unedited, whatnot. Now, in his wisdom or lack thereof, he's thinking he's sending a text to Pam Bondi, who is head of the Department of Justice. He's sending a message to Pam Bondi. But what he's really doing, he's like I said, he thinks he's sending a text, but he ends up posting this to his social media. Then it was quickly taken down, but you know how, in this age, once something goes up, people have it. People, somebody's watching them. Listen, delete the homeless. He came out, gave an apology. That's gonna be good for them because listen, he playing for their team. I hear you, brother. He's playing for their team. He's playing for the team. But you have this here, and he's sending, just to Pam Bondi, and for those that are interested in actually reading and review it, here it is. He's talking about, pretty much telling her she needs to get on the ball, and we need to start getting after these people. They impeached me twice, indicted me 5 times over nothing. Justice must be served now. He think he's sending a text message. This is this client. This is propaganda. Propaganda's a motherfucker. Take this down, but it kind of lift my spirits up before we kind of transition towards one of my favorite parts of the show, the pulpit portion of the show. Listen, I know as soon as I say that, the numbers will go back up. But anyway, somebody put this compilation together. It's a short clip. But check this. Check this out. I thought it was just kind of. They'll still support him. Yeah, bro, come on. They're not going to back off of him. He's tapped in. Okay, are we good? Well, yeah, brother. But check this clip out real quick.
The clip going around of Donald Trump talking about how great American innovation is, and everything that he named that America invented, it was a black person that invented it.
This is a nation that invented the light bulb, the telegraph, the television, the telephone, the computer chip, the smartphone, the GPS, the integrated circuit, and even the internet. Basically, we invented everything. What is left? We invented everything.
Bro, black people did all that. We innovate and create everything. And so it's just par for the course of what happens with black innovation. I'm big on protecting your IP, but a lot of times you're creating and you want to be creative. But I think this is just another version of what happens when black people make something. When it comes to rock and roll music, we've invented the ice cream scoop, ice cream, the alarm.
We did invent ice cream. Yeah, I found that out like a couple of
The alarm system, macaroni and cheese,
plasma,
yeah. The hot comb. There's a list of so many inventions and creations by black people.
What is left? We invented everything.
Boy, if you don't.
Okay, come back over here. Okay, yeah. I just wanted to kind of pick your spirits up. I know this is, it is what it is. Okay, bring me back. Okay, we're here. I think I've gone through all my material for tonight. Yeah, I've gone through all my material for that. So let's kind of get into my closing verse. It's been a good show. It's been a good show. And I'm gonna do my flowers part there for those who missed the beginning of the show. I will get to that, but let me get into my closing because I don't know. I'm just gonna let it take me where it goes. Okay, I'm back. Beautiful. Your favorite part of the show. I know the back signal will probably go out. He's doing the pulpit. Numbers finna go up. Okay. I want to reiterate what I kind of started out the show with. And it's like I said, it's going to lead me into, I guess, my closing verse for the week. Like I said, thank you guys for taking the time out to listen to little old me. What they say on the YouTube, like, share, subscribe. What they say, beautiful. Not a promoter. I want to kind of start out reiterating, and I don't want to embarrass her if she's still listening, but I had to do it at the beginning of the show while she was still here, but she may still be up. So forgive me if I being a little heavy on it. I want to congratulate Miss Murph, a long time listener of my shows, a long time listener of my shows. Who is this, an altar call? No, the fraud. Nah, the frauding. But you can always come here to get a real good word. But anyway, let me get focused. Let me stay on task. But I want to say, I want to congratulate Miss Murph, who had her first live experience. I wanted to kind of give her flowers because I know how nerve wracking it can be. I know how stressful it can be when you decide to not only you move from being a member of the audience to being the conductor of the show. It's one thing to be at the symphony listening to good music, but it's another thing when you have to be the director and making sure everything is in order. I want to say I am super duper excited as I am with each one of the people that I consider good company. I'm just gonna put it like that. The people that I consider good company, and that's going to kind of lead into my second half. But I wanted to kind of give her her flowers. But I am, super duper excited. My voice may not say it, but trust me, I can't. I don't want to be hollering and shit and fucking late at night. But I am super duper excited that she has taken that step into the creator space. And I'm not going to get into the particulars of it because that's something between me and her. But I am super duper excited, and I wish her the best. I've always tried to encourage those who listen. It is okay. Let me go into this because I know Gator somewhere talking about there you go with that mushy shit again. She tolerates the pulpit portion of the show, trust me. But let me kind of get into like my I guess my message. It is in today's society and the world that we live in. People say you got to watch the company you keep. In today's society, you got to watch the company that your company is keeping also. And it is important to surround yourself with good people. By the way, just the word of the world is a Charlie Kirk section on YouTube. I was attacked on the last street of my community. It's all Umar. Well, it is what it is. Hey, now it is what it is. But it is important to not only have good company, and Miss Murphy, along with other people. I'm not gonna put everybody on Front Street because the clouds get heavy and folks like to tie shit in. But it's what I consider good company. Like I watch the company you keep, or I watch the company I keep, and I watch the company my company keeps, and I'm just going to use her as an example. I know she's going to like, what the fuck? But I've observed her like in places and spaces that I may not be in. Conduct herself in a manner that I consider that good company. And in today's society, like you got to be mindful because you may have people around you that don't want you. I would say you may have people around you that may want you to succeed, but the people around them, with the backbiting and hating, kind of will try to affect them. Like, listen, whenever you guys do a show, do a post, and I may not be present for whatever reason, as far as like hollering and shit. But listen, I'm clapping for you because I want you to win. And anybody that comes around me trying to backbite whatever you got going on, that's not company I want to keep. Yeah, you may be a cool person, but I want people around me, and I want people that are around me to be around people that are equally yoked, that are people that are pouring life into them as much as they possibly can. Like nothing is worse than being surrounded by people who want you to, and I'm not talking about your ops or your enemies, I'm about, fake company, people that will get up there and, hype you up and, send you on the crash test dummy mission and all of that kind of shit. And, they really don't want you to succeed. They'll how they say, how that song goes, smile in your face all the time. They want to take your place. Like, I don't want people like that around me. And I use Miss Murph as an example because Miss Murph has been a long time supporter of the show, good or bad, through good and bad times. That is good company. And I know that the company that she keeps is good company. And I just wanted to kind of take this time out for the pulpit portion of the show. To kind of, leave you a word like not only you gotta watch the company you keep, watch the company your company is keeping. Like if you're a person that's not into the bullshit and that's not what your circle brings to you, but watch the company they keep too. Because that person may be trying to sabotage you from the inside out. I'm just saying. But congratulations to her. Man, well, let me get this out of the way. I know Gator's gonna kick my ass later. Let me go and get the mushy shit out of the way. Like, listen, I support all of you. Well, I ain't gonna say all of y'all. All of y'all that know. I support what you got going on. I'm enjoying it. I'm looking for one more person to kind of join that ranks. I'm not going to put no pressure on them and call them out, but it's one more person I think has something to offer and something to share. I'm pretty sure they're going to clip this and say, there you go with that shit again. But it is what it is, man. It is what it is. Like, y'all just don't understand the thrill I get, out of seeing people, succeed and doing well. Like, I get it. I get a kick out of that, and not because I did something to like. Nah, I want to see you win. And if you got a losing mentality, get the fuck away from me. You're not part of my circle. You're not good company. So I mean, it's kind of like lead y'all to that as we go into the week. For my nerds, y'all know where to find me. For that show, y'all know where to find me. We'll be doing that. We will be getting into. I don't fucking know, but it'll be fun. It'll be fun. That's why we fuck with you. Yeah, appreciate it. I damn near want to tap the link. It's cool to listen to fraud, and listen. I've always been, and I don't run around here publicizing it and whatnot. Like I've always wanted to see people win, whatever that looks like, and I don't take credit for what none of y'all got going on. That is your own creativity coming out. That is your own voice. I just wanted to be, even on the sidelines, in the stands, or in the skybox, encouraging you to, do whatever your heart content, man. And not just on some YouTube shit. It's on some real life shit. Whatever makes you happy, do that. As long as you're not hurting yourself, that's different. But if whatever makes you happy, man, do that. Get out, touch grass, touch sand, and people think that means traveling. Like, nah, get out and experience life. Live life. You only get one, motherfucker. It's no, we gonna run it back. Like, live that motherfucker. You want that shit? You work for it. Get it. Don't be ashamed. Don't give a fuck what a hater, a motherfucker that can't do what you do, like you do what you do. Ooh. Yeah, the fraud, definitely come through, man. Definitely come through. But don't let a motherfucker that can't do what you do, like you do what you do, make you feel bad by doing what you're doing. That was a line there. Breathe that good old fresh air. Listen, beautiful. Beautiful. Listen, getting outside is not just, like I said, it's not even about traveling and getting outside. Too many of y'all motherfuckers is cooped up inside way too long. You forgot what's going on around you. Bars. Get out, live life, man. What the fuck is wrong with you? Yeah, come on, just come outside sometime. Listen, it's cool out here. Don't listen. And I say that to words of encouragement. Listen, I don't give a fuck. Don't let a motherfucker that can't do what you do, like you do what you do, stop you from doing what you're doing. Too busy spreading hate. Beautiful. Come on, you spread it. Somebody mad right now listening to this shit. But I just like say words of encouragement, man. Not just like I said, not on some content shit, not on some YouTube shit. Like, don't let a motherfucker listen. They can't do what you do, like you do what you do. Stop you from doing what you're doing. Let that sizzle and marinate in your spirit. Like, man. Beautiful. It don't bother me, beautiful. It don't bother me. It don't bother me at all. It don't. Listen, life is precious. Life is meant to be enjoyed. Whatever that looks like for you. If that means sitting your ass playing video games, fine. If that means watching TV, fine. Whatever the fuck you like doing, what you do it. Like, keep doing that shit. And get you some good company around you. Get people that want to see you win, whatever the fuck that looks like for you. I am happy. And I'm not going to get into the details because that's a story, we may or may not share with people. But I am so happy that she did a live. So happy. And if I play any role in influencing that, whatever, I'm not here for kudos. I'm not here for credit. That is her. And I've always, I've told her publicly and I've always wanted to see you do you. Cause y'all just don't know. y'all wait. But anyway, I'm gonna get my ass up out of here, man. Cause your brother got gym in the morning. Listen, beautiful. They hate that. They hate, how he got words of encouragement. Oh shit. He's supposed to crash out. Or I saw a goofy motherfucker try to give me advice. You should be off YouTube. I can't believe he's still here. Bitch, I'm my own boss. Whoa. I control my own narrative. Shit is my life. But anyway, get my ass up out of here, man. Hey, Tuesday. Y'all know where to find me. Those that know. If those that want to know. Oh shit. If you want to know, you politely reach out. Leave a comment, and I will. We will vet you. Everybody can't come. Woo! But anyway, let me get my ass up out of here, man. Y'all have a good week. Y'all have a blessed week. Listen, I think next week. Yeah, next week will be. Next week I'll be doing shows next week for sure. And then the next week after that, I'm doing that touching grass thing, or in my case, I like to touch sand. We will be doing that then. I might even put some up, some motivational. Like a ramba. But anyway, y'all know the phrase that pays over here, man. Beautiful. Listen. Oh, Jesus. Y'all know the phrase, man. Hey, sometimes you win, sometimes you lose, but every time you learn. And I'm out.